All right, today on Chats by a Fire, on this video recon channel, we're going to talk to you about wheelchair accessible hiking or walking, however you want to call it. And the other day at work, I met a guy named Charlie Massino, and he told me about a friend of his that uses a wheelchair, and he's just dying to get out and explore. He's been cooped up in his house for way too long. And so I told him I would do a video and I would tell everyone about little places that you can go and take your loved ones or go yourself and get out. Just get out of that house and explore. And so the first place that I would recommend is the Provo River Trail. I took that a year ago. It's a 15-mile trail that only gains 150 to 200 foot elevation all the way from Utah Lake up to Vivian Park in Provo Canyon. And so it's a great trail. It's paved all the way. There's a lot of places to stop. You can even go shopping if you want on the way or buy treats. There's a lot of parks on the way, so you don't have to take it all in one chunk, but great place to explore, either walking or in a power or manual wheelchair or scooter. A second place that's similar to that here in the city of Spanish Fork is the Spanish Fork River Trail. And it's about 12 miles, and it goes all the way from just near I-15, and it goes up to the canyon. It passes the golf course. It passes Dripping Rocks Falls, which I highly recommend checking out. It also passes by the reservoir, and there's a suspension bridge that I've also documented on this trail. It's a really cool place to be. And so check that out with your friends and family. Again, not a very high elevation gain, so you should be able to use it power or manual. You just got to decide your limits as far as distance and time. A third place, also similar type of a path, is called the Jordan River Parkway, and that goes from Lehi, where the Jordan River starts at the outlet of Utah Lake, and it goes all the way to Salt Lake City near the Great Salt Lake, where it empties out. And it's completely flat. There's not any elevation gain at all. And there's a lot of parks also and picnic areas along the way. And even though it's in the heart of Salt Lake County, it's a really pretty stopover and place to go and relax and take that stroll. Again, it's for power or manual wheelchair or walking or strollers or whatever you want to take. So great place to meet up with your friends and go for a stroll. There's another place, it's off the Nebo Loop on the Nephi side near Salt Creek Canyon, and that is called Devil's Kitchen, and it is literally about a 1/10 of a mile walk down a paved path, no elevation gain. Anyone can go and see it, and so I highly recommend it. It's got a great viewing platform, and you get this gorgeous view of a mini Bryce Canyon. So when that opens up next month in May, I definitely recommend taking the Nebo Loop, going and checking out some of the other sites, but stopping on the backside past Nebo at Devil's Kitchen. You won't regret it. It's a beautiful place. Motorized, non-motorized, walking, stroller, doesn't matter. It's a good place to go. Lakeview Parkway is another one of these paved paths that has no elevation gain that goes from I-15 at the University Avenue exit in Provo, and it heads west and a little north past the Provo airport. You got the view of the lake to the west. You've got the view of the mountains to the east and all of the city. And it's a pretty cool little spot to ride your bike, ride a wheelchair, walk, drive, whatever you want to do, it's available. And then when you exit that road, it takes you right onto Center Street, right near Utah Lake State Park, near the class ropes course. There's a lot of cool things to do in that area, and so I highly recommend you doing that one. There's no shade. Make sure you cover up in the summer so that you don't dehydrate and get burned. Rock Canyon is a park just east of the Provo Temple in Provo, and it's a beautiful park, and there's a beautiful trail that goes over the pass, and it goes up Squaw Peak and different trails that you can take. But the cool thing is, out of Rock Canyon, out of Rock Canyon Park, which is accessible, you can actually take the first half a mile or so, and it's paved, and you might be able to go a little beyond that before it gets rocky with your power chair or some wheelchairs that are manual. And you can check it out, and you get this great view of the cliffs and the overlooks and all those kinds of things. You might even be able to take a little bit of the Bonneville overlook from the park. So I highly recommend going and checking it out, whether you're walking or in a wheelchair. And the last place on the list is Hobble Creek Parkway. That's in Springville, and that's another paved trail. It's a little steeper, so beware of that. You got to know your limits, both time and distance, to take this one, to make sure that you don't exhaust yourself too much. But it goes past some really beautiful sites, such as the Hobble Creek Golf Course and Jolly's Ranch. And you can reach all of that via wheelchair, both in a power chair or a manual wheelchair. And these are a few of the places where my friend, Charlie Massimo, I would take your friend and any other friend that uses a wheelchair, and I would take them up there and check them out and get out of that house and get on your next adventure. If you liked this content, please hit that button. Thank you for watching again, and subscribe to the Video Recon channel, and we will catch you on the next video. Have a good one.